Watch his vlog, play a little bit of blackjack. I can't low-key, I gotta give y'all the update on like this Smaya thing. Like it's so funny, like a lot of shit going on behind the scenes. Yo, chat, why do y'all even hype these people up? Like, yo, when people tweet at me, you should tell them all, yo, this is a bad, you know when they say it about 50, why won't y'all say to these other people about me? Just be like, yo, this is a bad idea, delete this one. Instead, y'all gas these people up, yo, you're cooking this fat ass, bro. Bruv. And then y'all hype it up. I'm giving BTA. Belt is gonna be issued, right? Like, y'all been doing this for like 15 years. Like, I'm really just like, I'm doing my thing. Y'all hype these motherfuckers up. And after y'all hype them up, y'all hype them up even more. Yo, get online, get in Discord with Ak. I didn't even know my voice was like low. Let me know that next time, chat. It was my Discord call, but like, I gotta like adjust some shit. It's all good. I'm not tripping. Bruv, she came on, and afterwards, bro, nigga, you see the thing is, when I get into an altercation, with somebody, verbal one, obviously, bro, I'm not like here panicking. I know what they gonna say online afterwards. Yo, why you so mad at women? Why? Yo, he fat as hell. Ain't nobody want him. If he wasn't rich, he wouldn't be. I get it. Yo, these days, you got to do a lot to try to get under my skin. 15 years, Teflon. I told you, if I didn't have the mental fortitude, I got 50 guns. Over. They say the worst to me. They wish death on me. I woke up today checking my DMs. I get like throughout night, maybe 800 DMs. I'm reading through every one of them. This is how I get on the shitter. I'm like, all right, let me see. Sometimes I get new news. Yo, check this out. They send me exclusive videos. I'm checking it all out. Yo, I can't wait to find you. Yo, here's your address. I'm coming for you. I've seen it all. Okay. I do it every day. I read it every day. Every day, I wake up before I eat a coffee. My breath still stink. I read 40 niggas tell me how they're going to kill me. 40. Then I read 20 telling me to go kill me. Then I read 200 bitches telling me, yo, you ugly as shit, you fat. I don't care. And then 20 other niggas saying, yo, you can't come to this street, this block, this whatever. I deal with it. And it's because for this online shit, you gotta be built for it. Oh, and then the new thing is like 50 of them is like, yo, did you talk to a kid? Whatever. Listen, gotta be Teflon for this here. So I'm just telling you, usually when these situations happen, I'm cooling. I'm cooling, chat. But I knew it was a bad idea for Shorty to get on the thing with me, bro. Knew it was a bad idea. Bro, she got on the shit with me, bro. And the reason why I always hear people say certain shit. Y'all say it a lot with Wack. Yo, Ak, why you let him, like call you out your name? Yo, my nigga, let me tell you this. In reality, I don't plan. You see, I'm not the person who's trying to be like, yo, son, anybody can get fucked up in here. What? Yeah, I could do that, but I could do that when I'm streaming alone. In any conversations about debate and points made, bruv, I was killing with points. So when she's loud micing me, which that's my fault. I should have made sure it's not loud mic. She's loud micing me. Bet. But she's ad hominem me, which means ad hominem, that means personal insults. Yo, you fat. Ain't nobody want you. You ugly. Yo, could you change the tire? You gotta pay for pussy. That rolls off my shoulder. I've heard it all from better and smarter and wittier. That you can't get me off my point. That's the quickest way people do when they don't have arguments. I come with facts. So I'm like, all right, let me just keep hitting you. Facts. Hitting them. You feel me? I'm the boxer that when we sparring, maybe you ain't see the flashy knockout. But you go back and watch the tape and you're like, yo, he pieced them up. You look at the CompuBox, damn, this nigga landed 90% punches. He was efficient. That's me, chat. I'm going to make sure I'm in there with him. Chat. Yo, when we got off of this shit, I guess now the clipping people, they're doing their thing. It's clipped up everywhere. The comments start coming in. Because let me tell you something about an online argument. Whether you're in a spaces, whether you're on a live stream, or whether you're like in a clubhouse. Oftentimes, the people in the room don't reflect the comments for the VOD later. Why? The people in the room like screaming. They like ad hominems, insults. The people who ain't watching live, you see, when you're watching live, you just want to see the craziest shit. The people who ain't watching live, they're going to now analyze. You get what I'm saying? So the razzle dazzle does it for the live crowd. The logic does it for the VOD. So now it's getting clipped up. They're putting it everywhere. Them comments start getting to Shorty. Start getting to her. The comments start getting to her. Torturing her. Torturing. Again, it's not me. Chat. She went to ChatGPT and wrote up a whole cease and desist saying she's planning to sue me. Kid you not. She sent it from her DM, sent it to, kid you not. But, and the fun, I was like, whoa. She was like, yo, you have, like, you're fucking up my money and you have people believing they have false thing about me. And I'm like, there's many different issues there, right? There's many different issues. I accuse her of participating in what I call escort culture. If that is defamation, I don't know. But okay. She claimed that being an escort was an illegal thing. No, that's not necessarily true. Prostitution is illegal. But if escorting becomes prostitution, if you're getting paid for it, never said she got you. But you know, that's really here and there. She sent me this whole legal document. No lawyer listed. It says pro se. That's how I know she went to ChatGPT. It was ironic because I felt like that was even hell proving a point. She said, "You're fucking up my money by exposing this culture that you know my behavior could be associated with." What does that tell you already? But okay. Ultimately, you know, and I could tell, like, you know, this is one of the reasons why you don't really engage with these people, but they love to act like they want to engage. So I asked her because she's actually DMing me, right? I say, yo, hey girl, listen, you know, we're adults. You know, I remember I felt bad. I seen her out. She was getting teary-eyed and stuff. And that's how all these loudmouth chicks are, right? Like they'll be like, they'll call you the most vile stuff. You respond. But you start breaking down, like if you ever break down their psyche, you break them down completely, because usually the nasty, vile things they say to you is only a facade of a very fragile ego and also a fragile, insecure person. So I even told her, I said, listen, you know, it wasn't even that big of a deal. I really got nothing against you. You know, you just made it personal. You sent them tweets at me. Like, I really made a general statement, even though, yeah, you were involved in that video that I reacted to. And, I asked her, I say, yo, listen, we're adults. And by the way, I hear people keep saying she's 20. I know she's 20 or 21, whatever. She's an adult. In the United States of America, you're an adult. I'm not trying to solicit her for sex or anything. I'm talking to her as a human being. And the idea that we have people who would say someone who's 20 can't intellectually have discourse and can't understand simple logic that I'm making, it just shows that, yo, we're in like this country where I really think already they look at women as or handicapped persons. It's like a child. It's with no threat of violence, with no threat of anything, with just being able to debate. You're like, oh my God. So maybe I should switch to this screen. I guess they're gonna clip it, right? So they so I asked her, I said, hey, listen, we're adults. Let's just talk about it. Send me your number. And I guess she's so overzealous. And, you know, it's kind of like, it's a little bit odd. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a little bit odd. Because, you know, these are the same women, you know, when she's in the room. And this is why you got to watch for the setup with these girls, chat. When she was in, there's a video, and I'm going to play it on the bigger screen. We'll talk about this. So when I do the full stream, she's the girl that when you watch the video, when her and there's another girl, her name is, I can't remember her name, but they're in the room with Zay Osama. They're saying things to trigger him. Oh, you this, oh, you that, oh, you this, oh, you that. When he starts responding, yo, stop playing with me, they turn instant victims. They're allowed to spew whatever hatred, whatever, really nasty, vile things, and you respond, or you respond in and it's a big deal. So anyway, I ask her, I say, hey, listen, what's your number? I'll get on the phone with you, just talk to you and be like, yo, usually when people send a cease and desist, they're hoping you're not going to keep dragging it. That's basically the admitting the white flag that, hey, listen, people are starting to maybe reflect some thoughts based on our conversation about me, and this could be something that's not good for me. Could you not keep dragging it? Bro, I don't have, no one wakes up and says, what is Somalia doing today? No. So yeah, there's no malintent. There's no, I don't want to drag it or nothing like that. So I said, let's get on the phone. And here's what my proposition was going to, no. So I said, give me your number. So I'm saying, I want to get on the phone. Instantly, and this should tell you all you want to know. Remember, she sent me this chat GPT cease and desist. I'm like, oh my God, I could tell she's so triggered. She's blah, blah. She's trying to type all legal now. She's like, calling me a thought is one thing, but accusing me of doing that and saying I'm getting flued out to get piped. Okay, I'll read y'all the whole thing later. And I'm like, yo, all right, listen, we could be adults. It's fine, all right? And really, so I'm like, give me the number. She misconstrues me asking for her number as me asking, like, for what number in monetary sum would I settle before we get to litigation? Yo, chat, it's always about the moolah. It's always about money with these people. So I'll give her some credit, though. She didn't, just give me a number. She was just like, hey, where I'm ready to go ahead, blah, blah, blah. But also, I just care my reputation. I don't necessarily want exactly money, but yeah, you've hurt me. You've hurt my reputation. Which, this is, and without calling names for all you simp-ass other streamers who are rushing to her defense, I don't know how, as men, y'all stand by with a lot of these women who, as soon as something happens, they flip the other side and they're like, oh, all they want to get out of you is money. They want to take it legal. They want to bring you to child support. They want to claim an accusation. So it's interesting. I'm watching some of these dudes come to her defense and I'm like, oh, yeah, I just want to do collabs with her. Okay. Let's keep watching. Her character has been shown. Eventually, when something doesn't fall her way with y'all, she gonna do the same thing. Regardless, whatever. So she thinks that I'm offering a settlement. Settlement for what? A settlement for what? Now, ultimately, she kept typing this chat GPT legal mumbo jumbo again. And ultimately, we didn't get anywhere. She was just like, I'm just hoping you could do a few things. And she had a list of demands. She said, could you not call me that word again? Not too sure if I called her the word, even though I did admit that I said she participated in that culture. But maybe I did. Who knows? But she was like, could you please not talk about me with that again? Okay. I'm not talking about her every day. Cool, whatever. Hey, the videos you have is getting clipped all over the place. Well, I thought, based on her Instagram likes and all that stuff, I thought she was this huge streamer. It wasn't until Big AJ told me later, it was yo, she doesn't get that many views. I thought she was this huge deal. So I'm thinking she's used to all this attention. I know, listen, you come sparring with Ak, it's going to be a lot of people that are going to talk about it, good, bad, or ugly, for me or for you. So she's sending me clips of other people reacting to it. Well, I can't really tell reactors to react to it or not. But, I'm like, I guess if she feels like it, she's that, upset and, she's hurt. Maybe I take the video down, right? However, I'm going to tell you why I asked for a number. I wanted to have a conversation with her as an adult. And the conversation was going to be this, and we didn't have this conversation. If you go to her Twitter, I only responded to her, and then she damn near invited herself onto my stream. And I agreed, you're right. But she sent out a tweet. You fucking gay bitch. I was going to say, if you remove your tweet where you're calling me homosexual, I'm not. You're saying these things about me, very disparaging things. I could be a little, Karen and say, oh, you defamed me, right? I'm not homosexual. Like, we could pull up the tweet. Let's pull it up. Right? I could do that. I could do it. Right? This gay bitch. Oh yeah, I can't see it. Let me go back to this. This gay bitch I'm not gay. You're calling me a bitch. That's inflicting emotional distress. I could play all these games. That she's trying to play. You're the kind of woman that people need to stay away from, gossiping fat bitch. Yeah, I could play. So I was going to have this grown-up discussion and say, hey, listen. Even when we were on that call, you gave a lot of ad hominems. I let them roll off my shoulder. Let's be very clear. Legally, you don't have much room to stand on. I'd wrap you up in legal court. I'm no stranger in paying for lawyer fees, and I'm only talking for civil. But if it gotta be, who gives a fuck? But I would give you the lesson of, okay, let's both waste $100,000. $100,000 is a little bit less to me than I think it is to you. I don't care. So I just countersue you. But we could talk about this as adults. When you get online, right? And I get it. You say you felt away because I said that the lifestyle of an Instagram model who gets flown out by millionaires is kind of like sad, and it's escort culture. When you respond saying this gay gossiping fat bitch, when you say that as a woman, you've now verbally entered into a mutual verbal combat, I believe. That I'm not going to take offense to your words, because why even engage? But when I say things to you, you shouldn't be like, oh my God, I want to sue. I need to sue him. It's pathetic. And that's the adult thing that I think, these young chicks that, the same way I was making the point about, she lacks a little bit of reality or lacks a little bit of perspective on reality. No one's flying you out just because you're cool. No one's like, does the guy look like does he look like FaZe? He's not invested in your streaming career. He's not just bringing you out here for no reason on a private jet. Come on, use your brain. Okay, I get it. You're upset. Because here's the thing. Women fear labels more than they fear the action. Women fear the label of the action that is socially unacceptable more than they fear the actions themselves. I'll give you the example. A woman will flat out just say, flat out, she been going to the clubs, fucking this promoter, she met this rich guy, this basketball player, she fucked all of them. She done fucked 10 niggas in a month. She just got out of a relationship 3 months ago. When she's telling it to her homegirls or she putting up on her story. Matter of fact, every night she's at the club, she's putting a Gunna song. Who getting fucked tonight? Who getting fucked tonight? Who getting fucked tonight? She got no problem with letting you know she's getting fucked tonight. It sounds cool when you put it in that way. That song is hot. That is cool to basically admit, I'm going to be getting fucked tonight. Because the song sounds good. It's not a label. It's a song. It sounds good. The song is describing the lifestyle. Okay. She gets on Instagram after she been in the section with the dudes. She just met a new baller, whatever. She throws it up on the gram. I'm outside. That's a cool colloquial way of saying that I'm single, I'm partying, and I'm living the life that I want to live. I'm being with whatever guy I want to be with. Now, if someone stripped down all those, cool ways to say, hey, yeah, you got out of a relationship and you fucked 10 guys in a month. You're hurtful. It's putting a costume on dog shit. It's putting a bow tie on bullshit. It's the same thing. Let me make this unequivocally clear. If you are an Instagram model, I don't care which one you are, and you're getting put on private jets, getting flown from place to place for all these quote unquote free trips, and you think, oh no, I'm a vibe. You know, they'll say everything. I'm a vibe. No, you're attractive, and the guy wants to get intimate with you. That's it. Escort culture is pervasive. Now, here's the thing, and this is what I also don't like. A lot of y'all men who are simping, just stay out of this conversation, because it's okay. Some of y'all indulge in it, and y'all are saying, and I've heard, they've texted me already. Yo, Ak, you fucking up the game. I'm sorry. Here's the thing. This isn't a game you have to be like secretive about necessarily. They're still gonna do it. Over or under, hey, what are these prediction markets? Over or under 90 days. Or maybe 120 days till another jet, another vacation. You've been at work and you have to like ask your boss for time off 2 months in advance for your one trip per year. These chicks, no job, every other weekend, new country. They're travelers, nomads. I remember one girl, I still follow her to this day. She says, bragging. It's crazy. I've only slept in my bed 2 nights the last 2 months. Bragging. If you call it what it is and say, oh, damn, you've been working hard as an escort. You have been getting flown out by different men to different places, not paid for anything, with the hope that maybe you will get sexually intimate. And here's the thing I keep saying. Escorting doesn't necessarily mean you're getting fucked. Listen, anybody who's in the fly out game, unless you're just a predator, you're going to understand, at least when it gets to that high level, especially if you're not offering women money for sex, you're offering them quote unquote an experience, which, by the way, here's the thing. That's kind of what escorting is. You don't offer money for sex. Yo, come with me to da-da-da-da-da. Oh, I'm going to Miami. We're going to have this big yacht. We're going private. Oh, we're going shopping. You see, being an escort it's really the upper class way historically that businessmen used to hire prostitutes, like running in and outside of like picking up a hooker on the block. That was distasteful. Ew. The cops is there on the other side. There's a lot of drugs. You have the pimp over here with a gun in this thing. Let's go back to the Diddy situation. There's escorts that actually testified. They testified on, no, not testified. They did interviews with DJ Vlad. You know, he interviewed all the escorts that was in the Diddy case. And some of them said, not all the time we had sex, but I still got paid. I got paid for my time. And actually, I was asked, hey, do you want to do this? Are you comfortable with doing this? That's the proposition. Some of them said no, or sometimes some of them couldn't perform. Didn't mean that they didn't get paid. They always got paid. So the difference is prostitution is a transactional happening for sex. Escorting, I'm going to reward you for spending time with me, obviously with the hope that we could get into something intimate. I don't do a long rant here. I feel like we're starting to mainstream energies. We're still on, this is a gambling stream. So I'll reserve everything for later. But yeah, she sent me a long ass cease and desist. Said that she would be intending to sue me herself, pro se, represent herself, claiming that I'm fucking up the money by putting a name on some of the behavior I've noticed. She felt that any insinuations that she had agreed to have sex for money was not true, which I didn't claim. And she demanded that I no longer called her that but also removed my videos of our debate that she willingly got on my stream, got in my Discord to have with me. Very interesting. I would have, I wanted to be an adult and speak to her and say, hey, listen, ma'am, if you're scared or you're getting terrified of our conversation, maybe you shouldn't get online. This should be the warning. Do this with Lil Zay Osama. Don't get online and be like this gay bitch Akademiks. Like, I kind of have a track record that usually once I start breaking down, y'all all have fragile self-esteems. It's easily broken down. Because with y'all, I look at the person y'all look at in the mirror after the long session that last night. When I tried to have the conversation with her, she said, when I said, what's your number? She thought I was asking her, what amount of money does she want? Classic woman sticking up a man mentality. To her credit again, she didn't give a number. She didn't give a number. But she continued to double down saying, we're headed to court. Okay? Anyway, we'll get more into it later. For the people who think like a lawsuit at this point doesn't really rattle me or scare me. And I think people have this idea, and I don't know why it's still pervasive, that, like this idea of defamation is just really so easily proved, is just so easily winnable. We've seen in the situation, most specifically, in the situation with Milagro Graham versus Megan Pete, the damages awarded, right? Even though she cited $30 million of potential lost earnings. $30 million that Meg Thee Stallion cited in potential lost earnings. She got awarded I think it was $7,500. The other money that we're talking about, there's 57 or there's 45,000 or something like that. That came from a revenge porn thing or promoting a deep fake or AI, sexual image, which supposedly they claim she did. But this idea that, because everybody loves to say, sue him, sue. Defamation is a really difficult thing to prove. If somebody's operating in good faith, if you're indulging in a conversation, again, it's not like I'm over here. You indulge in a conversation with me. You got on my stream. The tone of voice and the ad hominem started with you. Yo, this gay fat bitch. So if I respond, it doesn't work like that legally where it says, hey, take $1 million because you insulted him and he then responded with things that insulted you, you get paid. Once again, Meg Thee Stallion got $7,500 for defamation on that one count. Everything else were other counts. One was the harassment count, and then the other one was, and she got $2,500 for that. And then the promoting of the fake porn image, that was $40,000. Still less than $75,000. And by the way, the defamation was then tossed. The defamation was tossed because seeing that they considered, or at least the jury considered Milagro operating under a media capacity, you would have to send the cease and desist before you would just immediately sue. And you have to give that person at least, and you have to attempt to give them a chance to remedy that behavior. So yeah, and just to cross my T's, dot my I's, I'll say this. I have no idea if she's an escort, but I do think she's participating in escort culture, even if she's not an escort. What is escort culture to me? Escort culture is free trips, free hotels, shopping sprees, and things to have this lifestyle that is fully paid for by another man. But that man is paying for that with the assumption of trying to spend time with you. With them, the assumption that if maybe them spending time with you and it's congruent, that you guys will get sexually intimate. All right? For that, there's no defamation. So we'll talk about it again. I'm glad she sent me the document. We'll break it down on stream. But let's get back on stage.